I generally lost my faith, number one. Number two, I realised I never had it to begin with.
Right.
Because one thing I realised is that I felt like I was the type to hold resentment against God. Like, I used to blame God for my ex-marriage. Then it got to the stage where, like, they were starting to make comments, they were standing up, they were leaving the room. Right. So in my head, I was thinking, you know what? Since you guys want to misbehave, let me play out your own game. And obviously, the people that were doing it, some of them do post on TikTok.
Yeah.
So
welcome back to my channel, it's your boy SEANJTV. Welcome back to the SEANJTV show. You guys know the vibes already. This is basically a platform where I'm basically going to be bringing my influencer, creator friends, TikTokers, artists, anybody you guys want to see within the industry to kind of get like a perspective on how things are. Absolutely. So today I'm joined by the one and only.
Hi guys, my name is Antonia, but some of you guys know me as Anthoscorner on TikTok, and yeah.
You guys know the vibes. Okay, so how have you been? How have you actually been?
How have I been?
Person, yeah.
Right now,
yeah,
I can't lie, I've been chilling. Obviously, you know how the summer is like, it's a bit hot.
I've been seeing you outside a lot, I'm not gonna lie.
Me?
You've been outside.
Me?
Oh, guys, if you're in Antonia's private store, yeah, this guy has been to, where have you been? Napa? You was even in Mabs. You was even in Mabs. What was your business in Mabs?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I am the type of person where, like, once you leave the country, everything's on the table. I just enjoy myself more abroad. And do you know what's so crazy? You know, I don't go out in the UK. I haven't got to anything during the UK.
I feel like this summer's bad, though.
I would...
But I don't know about in London, but from Manchester, it's quite...
No, I would say it's quite dry. I feel like we've had better summers.
Yeah.
110%.
Way better summer, 2016 times, absolutely. I'm scared to lead this session. Would you like to start?
Yeah.
Let's go.
In the mighty name of Jesus, I pray. I pray that today's session is an amazing session. I also pray for Sean's life, and I pray for the girl behind the screen, and I pray for everyone watching this. I pray you all reach all the goals that you want to reach. I pray for your family and your friends. I pray for any sicknesses that you guys are all dealing with. I pray that it eradicates in the name of Jesus. And I pray that the Holy Spirit touches each and every one of you guys, whether it's now or tomorrow or I don't know, but hopefully today. And my name is Jesus, I pray.
Amen. Like, social media is a scary place. So I feel like every time before you start anything, I feel like it's always good to pray. I feel like I've kind of gotten that routine, and I don't know why, but it's just the thing. Antonio, would you prefer calling me Anthos or Antonio? Because obviously on social media everyone sees you as Anthos, right?
People say Anthos, but
my Manchester accent is bad, so how do I say it?
You can say, it's up to you. You can say Anto, you can say Antonio, but...
Okay, Anto, yeah, because I'm used to saying Antos because of my stupid Manchester accent. Okay, so I kind of want to discuss, like, how did you start TikTok? Like, how did social media even come about for you?
I would say that a couple years ago, like, I've always wanted to be on TV, but I never knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew that I didn't want to be an actor because I feel like that's something... I'm not that dramatic.
Yeah, I hear it.
I generally started watching Nella Rose one day on YouTube, and then I was like, you know what? The way she shows her life,
absolutely.
The way she does it, I was like, you know what? I do see myself doing something like that. But then I saw like Maisie London, MS London, all the uni creators, Leo Strace, when they were on.
Shout out to them, by the way.
Literally, when they were in uni, then I was like, you know what? Let me start in uni, but then. COVID, lockdown happened. And then, I just said, you know what, since I'm bored, let me just start TikTok. Because I was on TikTok quite a lot, but I wasn't posting. Because I was one of those people, I was like, oh, you'll never catch me posting on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, I was that person. Best believe because I feel like around them times, TikTok was not popping. TikTok was one of them platforms where, even when I first hopped on, people was like, Sean, you can go crazy here. I was thinking, like, broski, like, why am I hopping on to be dancing? Like, do you know what I mean? It's a bit crazy.
No, literally, I kid you not.
Convert, man, yes, please. So, I think TikTok did come through at a time where it started going crazy, and to be fair, I feel like that's what's also built me besides YouTube as well, if I'm personally speaking.
I would say that, I would say TikTok has like, if anything, it has helped me way more than I could even imagine. Like, way more. I didn't even know TikTok could be like this, if that makes sense. Like, literally, I kid you not. At first, when I started TikTok, I wasn't even posting myself. I was generally posting trends. Like, I wasn't posting my life. Like, I was barely talking about my life until I got to uni.
So I did watch one of your videos, that's on one of your YouTube videos, and you did say like YouTube is something you're looking to do long term. Is it still the same, or has it kind of changed? Like at this point with social media, like where are you within social media?
Do you know what it is? YouTube is something I want to do long term. But I'm not going to lie. I know I'm not consistent right now. But the reason is because I'm the type of person that if I'm doing something, I want to do it properly. Like, I don't want to
put all into it.
Literally, I don't want to be half-hearted. I don't want to post now and then post for the next 6 months. That's why now, like the last time I posted on YouTube was a month ago, which is bad. Which is very, very.
I feel like it's a lot, you know. It's a lot. Like being on YouTube is a lot, especially with me. Like you've got to be creative. Like you don't want to do something that everyone's doing. Same thing with Nella Rose. She made sure she kind of separated herself from kind of like what everyone was doing, which I really do respect about her.
I literally completely agree.
I want to talk about obviously how we've met, because I think this is actually the first time we've met. But obviously you said that you've seen me on social media, like you was following me.
I was following you way before like I even started posting on TikTok. Like, I've been watching you for quite some time.
Crazy, by the way. It's crazy how the world works, literally. But I do appreciate that, definitely. I don't remember when we exactly actually followed each other and actually started interacting. But literally.
No same.
We got way back, okay? We got way back. So what are you doing within like uni, like?
I currently study social work mixed with health studies. However, I used to go to university in Wolverhampton, but then I moved to Northern Trent University.
Right, okay. How's Nuts?
Nuts, do you know what it is? Nuts is
You got this.
Okay, Nuts is because it's an alright place, like it's very diverse.
Absolutely.
But one thing I will say about that place is that it does get very boring really quickly. Like I would say if you go to uni in Nottingham there, give or take 4 or 5 months, you're already bored. Like you already want to go home. Like you already want to leave. Because I'm from London myself, I feel like I'm so used to stuff being open all the time, so used to shops around me. I'm not used to I'm not used to the life.
I'm just full of black people like every single time you go. You can't even have peace when you go to the shop.
Literally.
Basically.
Literally, and because of that, when I got to Nottingham and the Midlands, and I was seeing how, like, basically, realistically, the Midlands, it closes at 6, whether we like or not.
So, personally talking within, like, uni experience, and obviously with the whole TikTok situations, how has uni been for you personally? Uni experience-wise?
Do you know what it is? I would say my uni experience has been like a mix of emotions.
Okay.
But it's been like a big life lesson. At first, when I was going through all my situations in uni regarding TikTok, regarding university, often on socials, I feel like very, very tough. Like it was very terrible. Like at that time I didn't understand. But now that I've gone through all the situations, I understand why it needed to happen. It did.
Absolutely. And was there ever times you kind of just thought, okay, I'm going home, like I don't want to be here anymore? Like,
I kid you not, the first year of uni, you know, the very first year of uni, I felt it.
Right.
I generally felt it. Uni is from like September to like May. I clocked out of uni mid-March 2022. I generally clocked out. I said to myself, you know what, Antonio, let's just try uni again next year. Actually, no, I take that back, actually.
Right.
It was the first time I ever got dragged on TikTok. The first time I ever got dragged on TikTok is basically this girl. She must have done my nails like this happened like 2 years ago. So this girl must have done my nails, and I was to show my nails on TikTok.
I do remember, but I can't exactly remember.
Literally, and I was getting dragged because of it. They were dragging my ex, and like they've never seen it before. So I even had to make a video. Obviously, it wasn't. I felt at the time like I had to make a video explaining that I have eczema. Which I was thinking, if people can say this to online, that means they can say that in real life. In addition, I would say at the time my self-esteem was quite low. Yeah, absolutely. So imagine having on top of that TikTok comments and everything, kind of just, I do understand that someone that's been doing social media since uni kind of just puts you down like as a person. And as much as we can say, we don't care, like realistically sometimes it kind of does hit, and it's like, it's like, why are people saying this about men, especially when it's like, for example, you use something that you can't change. So people will try to come with this whole like mental health, talk on social media, but you like the same ones that sat in comments dragging
and doing ABC and GCs, even when they see me the halls in uni, they'll be doing side and stuff like that.
Literally.
So, yeah.
And I kid you not, I'm gonna be so real with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the type of person, I used to care. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I grew to not care.
Absolutely.
I generally used to care. Like, I was one of those people, if you were to call me ugly on social media, I would sit down and cry about it. Like, if people were to make videos about me violating me, I would sit down and cry about it. But it wasn't until I realised that I'm never going to meet half these people that are insulting me, number one. Number two, at the end of the day, the only validation I need is God.
Yeah.
Number three, the way I acted on social media was how I was in real life. In real life, basically, I'm not going to lie to you, when I got to uni, because I have 4 siblings. I have 2 older sisters and 2 younger brothers. I've never been by myself in any sort of way. Like, I've always been surrounded by someone. People.
Absolutely.
So when I got to uni and I was by myself, I wasn't used to that. It took me quite some time to adjust to it. And obviously, the easiest way to adjust to something like that is to fit in. Do you get it?
Absolutely.
So then I did try and do that. So then one thing I realised about myself as well was that whilst I was trying to fit into like other people's lifestyles, such as like going out every single day. I don't mind going out, but it shouldn't be an everyday thing.
Yeah,
like, I was never the type of person to do it every single day. Or like there'll just be certain stuff that I would catch myself doing, knowing that I wouldn't do that. Like I wouldn't I wouldn't wake up one day and do it. But I would say that if anything, social media did make me realize that seeking validation from all these people in real life, online, like it's not gonna do me any justice.
And I feel like one thing that's so important that I like that you also mentioned about God is that knowing who you are yourself within God. I think one thing's important as well, relationship with God, because I think that helps you a lot through social media. Because even with me, a lot of times where situations happen where people from my city try to put me down and stuff, the first thing I would do is pray to God. Like my friends would actually call me and be like, let's pray. And I feel like that really helped me, and people don't actually realize that really helped me in a lot of situations. So I think building a relationship with God, especially when you do social media, is so crucial and so key. I think that's one thing that's really important.
Because I feel like if anything, faith without works is dead. You need to put your faith into something for it to even work to begin with. So I feel like regarding, even me, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've always known God is there. Like I grew up in a Christian household. I was going to church every Sunday. Like I generally lost my faith, number one. Number two, I realized I never had it to begin with. Because one thing I realized is that I felt like I was the type to hold resentment against God. Like I used to blame God for my eczema. Do you get it?
Yeah, okay.
Because I was the type of person, I'd be like, okay, God, like, you're saying that you want better for me, but you've given me X, Y, Z. But one thing I realized with my eczema is that God gave it to me because He knew that I could use this to strengthen other people.
Absolutely, and I think that's your purpose. Absolutely. Literally. I think you should never make yourself feel like, you know, all my days, like, I can't do this because I'm different from everybody, or A, B, and C. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think one thing that you have to always remember, you've managed to blow with the platform, especially having the condition that you have, and you even managed to go in different shows and you partake. People have took you into partake in different many things, and look at you now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like you're going to be an example. Something big could even happen next week for you. So I'm really hoping the best for you within everything that you do, because I feel like you genuinely do deserve, especially after, you know, the whole social media and stuff like that, because you're just someone that's come to mind their business on social media and do her thing. And yeah, I feel like that's it really. So I also want to talk about, you know, within like the African community and household, how did you kind of deal with that when it came to like churches and stuff? Because I have a family member where she had eczema when she was born and stuff. So when we would go to church and stuff, obviously they'd be like, oh my days, like what is she using on the skin? Like what's the mum like using on the skin? Like what is she doing? And it's like, it kind of made my family member, like he was a mother, kind of feel like, oh damn, like why are you not questioning like me about what I'm using my child? Like I'm actually trying, yet do you not be on the scene, I'm actually trying to actually clear this out and help this out for my, you know, daughter. So why did you guys feel the need to talk? How did you deal with that?
I'm gonna be quite real. One thing I realized, especially when it comes to eczema or with anybody dealing with something, if you're talking to someone and they've said something to you, just take it in. Even if you don't want to take it in, just take it in. Because to be arguing back and forth, sometimes at the end of the day, there's no point. Even if you know you're right, especially in an African household, if you stay quiet and just nod your head and say, yeah, okay, they will stop. Even if they don't want to, you know, even if they want to continue, even if they want to respond for me, if you
Yeah,
don't give it to them,
absolutely. I do agree.
you have to brush it, number one. But it took me a long time to get there, though. I'm not going to lie. The way I'm talking, it's not like I woke up one day and I felt like this. Before, when they used to talk, I used to talk back. I used to be like, yeah, but my mum is already using this for me, right? And I think it's good.
No, which I do understand that. You should speak up for yourself at the end of the day, because I'm just sorry, you Auntie Amaka, who are you to now come and tell me that, oh, why you don't using, or you should be using, do you know what I'm trying to say? Why are you suggesting something for me? How about you mind your business and keep it stepping? Do you know what I mean?
See what you just said? I feel like it's nice to know to respond to them, but by you responding to them, you're generally basically saying what they're saying is worth your time.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, it's not worth your time. If you know what they're saying is not going to help you, just nod your head.
Yeah. Did you ever have situations where, like, you know, they will start claiming that, you know, that we need to pray for her type of thing, because of skin condition? Because I genuinely feel like, obviously, I get the whole praying thing, but why is it so cursed in a way? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Certain things that in an African household or African communities, they curse, but it's like, that's a condition. Like, it's not nothing bad. It's something that you were just born with, and, you know, do you know what I'm trying to say? It's a skin condition.
I generally feel like the problem with our society is that if you don't look normal, they think you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's the problem with our African society as well. Like, they generally believe because I have eczema, I don't look right.
Yeah.
My skin is not perfect, it's bad. But everybody's made in their own image. God has made us all in our own image, and we're all perfect in our own way, whether we like it or not.
Absolutely.
So I feel like I'm in a place where, like, now when people talk about my eczema, if you're not a doctor, if you're not a dermatologist, if you're not
open your mouth.
If you're not someone that I know is speaking from experience, and when I mean experience, I mean like if your sibling has eczema, if you know someone close to you has it, you're just speaking from your bum. I'm not gonna take it.
Yeah, literally. When it comes to like the whole TikTok situation, people trying to drag you, where did this actually stem from? That's the real question.
Oh,
that I've never actually understood. Like, it kind of came out of the blue.
Do you know what's crazy? The first time I was ever dragged on social media was by my own uni friends.
Right.
Yeah, and that happened in December 2022.
That is bad, man. Why?
But this girl used to be friends with. She made like a 10-part special, and this was when I was obviously, because it's me in it. At first I was laughing because I was thinking, bro, like, no one knows me on TikTok, so no one's gonna watch it anyway. But you go
deeper until you actually like.
But bro, I kid you not. I literally like. A couple hours went past now with my friends in Wolverhampton. I'm looking at the video now. Each part has 200k. 200k per part. I was just looking at this.
And what were the videos exactly?
They were talking about how, like, I'm a bad person, I'm a bad friend, and how, like, I didn't go on holiday with her, and how, like, they felt like the only way they could speak to me was through social media because I posted on there.
But you see, my problem is, why do friends feel so entitled to come on social media about different situations rather than coming to you as a person? You know what I'm trying to say? Because you can call me, you know where I live, but the first thing you choose to do is run to social media. Like, but
do you know what it is, though? I understand why they did it now. That's the thing. When I went through the situation, I was the type of person, I was like, oh, why are you doing this for? Like, I never did that about you, so why are you doing it to me?
Okay, so now when it comes to, like, you know, being in the creative industry, how is your relationship been when it comes to, like, with other content creators within the scene? Because I think we have a lot of mutuals, but I'm not sure exactly.
You see, with me, I'm the type of person, that, like,
Right in the tongue.
Well, I feel like
just say it as it is. Say what you need to say and say how you feel.
I feel like with content creators, I feel like they're very nice people, but I feel like they're very groupy.
Very. I think that's one thing I noticed a lot, especially with me, because I do know a lot of mutuals around, you know, London creators and stuff like that. And I do, thank God, like, I'm grateful for those that have brought me in. A lot of these people, like, shout out to, you know, the man, them, the guys, Bezo, and everyone else. But I think, separate that aside, there's a lot of people who like to do the whole group thing. Yeah. It's like, even me, when I go to social media events here, I feel so...
out of place.
I don't feel out of place, but I just feel basically out of place.
No, out of place. No, because it's that skincare brand Garnier.
Oh, Garnier, yeah.
Garnier. I went to a Garnier event now, and obviously I must have gone, and I just saw people in groups, and I just felt so.
It was so. I think that's one thing that influencers we need to stop doing, because one thing, the reason why I even started the shows is the thing where I want to come face to face with creators personally, so that I can know about their journey, and, you know. Because I feel like within this industry, we're so, especially within the UK, we're so... Yeah, like, so all this is full of entitlement, and no one likes to I'm not saying you should put me on, but it's a thing where no one really likes to kind of share how they got here.
How they got.
Or just kind of like, just show love to another creator. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Generally, I just feel like, one thing I've just realised is the whole content creating, like, industry, from what I've seen, like, you can't catch one person without the other. The only time you can catch them by themselves is on socials. Literally, when they're making the videos by themselves. But in real life, like, you're not gonna catch them one by one. If you see one of them, you see 5 of them. Same with girls and boys. Even with me, like, there's a couple like people I've met, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm the type of person I have to meet you one-on-one before, like,
because when you're with groups, some people act different when you're with groups as well. And okay, so what's your experience been like? Because I think I remember watching, I can't remember if it was the last interview that you did or something else, and you even talked about how when you was at an event, something about
someone
whispered. I think there was 2 series. There was one whispering at an event, and then there was another one to do with throwing some.
There was 2 scenarios that happened there. There was a situation where in last summer, someone threw an isolated at me at a day party.
Was that another creator?
They make TikToks, so I'm gonna say they're TikToker, but they
was
make
it on purpose. Would you say like intentionally?
On purpose? No, intentionally. He went. He stood at the DJ stand and he threw it. But that one, I've brushed past that one.
How did you feel about that though in that moment?
At the time, even took a long time to process what happened.
Did you kind of walk out, or was it just kind of like
I just acted like it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Absolutely. Nah, bless your heart.
Literally.
Yeah, I feel like creators have a lot of confidence. That it's weird.
I feel like
it's this ego that they have.
Listen, I can't make an opinion of someone unless I know you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But from what I've seen, I just feel like they're all in groups. Like, I can only make an opinion of the ones I've personally spoken to. And personally had like a relationship with them. If I don't know you, I can't be like, like with me anyway, I'm like I've told you before, I can only go up to people one-on-one. I can't do the whole group thing. It's too
much is going on.
Yeah.
And the other ones just be giving their looks. I've experienced that at different events. I've been at an influencer event, it's like, even people that I support on TikTok I messaged before, like, don't act like they don't know you in real life.
Oh, that happened to me. Last year at a day party that I went to. I think I went to a day party last summer in August. There was a lot of like content creators that were there, but I wasn't surprised because the person that was hosting it is a content creator themselves. So I went, and then there was people that like followed me on social media or like on TikTok, and then they were acting like they've never seen me.
I hate that.
And I was just like, okay. But even that alone, that made me realise that was my first and last like content creator, like day party. Like, I wouldn't go to another one again. Because I feel like the vibe there is not bad unless if you know someone, it's calm in it. But if you don't know the majority of the people that are there, you're gonna
vibe's just sort of
It was my ex-friend's birthday party. No, there was a situation that happened on TikTok regarding that birthday party in October, which involved like. No, it didn't involve them, but they involved themselves. But they thought they were involved. Okay, this is actually so weird to explain. Let me just explain it. Basically, there was a situation where like we were all speaking about our friend on stage, like with a mic. So it was my turn now. There was a couple of people that were laughing at me, side-eyeing me. And I was clocking in it. But I'm the type of person where like, if I see something, I'm gonna air it.
Yeah.
But then it got to the stage where like they were starting to make comments, they were standing up, they were leaving the room. So in my head I was thinking, you know what? Since you guys want to misbehave, let me play out your own game. And obviously the people that were doing it, some of them do post on TikTok.
Yeah.
So in my head I was thinking, you know what? Since you guys want to do that, I'm gonna speak about it on TikTok, but not the actual like, not saying their names in it. Because I told you,
just
referring to the issue, because the issue that happened in that event was what made me make that video after.
And before that, these content creators, did they ever have like or was that your kind of first introduction of you?
No. I know them personally. That's why I did it.
Right. Okay.
That's why I did it. It wasn't like I've never. That was the first time I was meeting them.
Yeah.
No, I knew them personally. That's why. In my head, I was thinking, bro, it's been like a year. Because it's been ongoing. Like, it was ongoing kind of.
Absolutely, I do.
So in my head, I was thinking, okay, we're taking it too far. Now you're making it seem like it's a big issue. So that's why I was just like, let me talk about it on TikTok, but not in a way like it's an indirect. Just in a way of like, let me refer to that issue, because that issue was what stemmed me to making the TikTok. Because at the end of the day, I think I was speaking about how like bullying in uni exists, and it's not nice, because that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not.
It's classed as bullying.
Like the person friend that actually at me at a day party, that person was involved as well.
You don't realise it, but a lot of content creators are actually bullies.
No, I completely agree.
I'm not even joking. A lot of creators are actually bullies. Like a lot of people, it's like not only is it the whole group thing, but on top of that, it's bullying. You lot, you know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're saying.
It's all, what's the word? Entitlement. It all
Yeah, people kind of feel like because they get so
feel
much
like
respect from a
better
certain
than
people, or because they get so much hype from a certain crowd, they now kind of forget. Okay, because when I see you don't forget that because it's TikTok. Like I'm not gonna see you tomorrow. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like you don't forget we're not gonna see each other at a certain event. That's not something just best for like.
That's why sometimes
if you don't like somebody, keep it moving. You can be chatting in your group chats, but keep it moving. And then when you see me, just act like you don't know me or something. Or just keep it steady. You don't have to.
I just feel like in the situations I've been in, they were afraid their hands and then hide it.
Right.
And then I would like I'm the crazy ones.
Yeah.
That's what they
try
try to do.
Can't take.
Literally,
now when you give it to them, they're going on TikTok.
Literally,
Yeah.
That's why every time they did it, I would brush it. The person friend that I saw at me at day party, I brushed it. I didn't speak about it. It wasn't. I'm gonna be real. The first time I've spoken about it is this year. Bear in mind, it happened a year ago. Like, I'm telling you, I generally brushed it. There's certain situations that will happen that I can't brush. Same with the situation that happened in October. I couldn't brush that because the I saw you situation and like other situations, it was getting too much for me anyway.
Yeah,
it was getting too much to the point where that's even. I'm not gonna lie. That's the last time I went out.
Yeah,
that's the last time I went out.
Yeah.
I haven't gone out since.
Yeah.
Since then, actually, I'm not gonna cap. Since then, I haven't gone out. But I feel like, if anything, I don't want to say that they're bullies, but I feel like because I've been in certain situations, I feel like maybe the way they're treating me is how they feel about me.
Yeah,
because
absolutely. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they do know me personally as well. It's not like it's random people. So I don't want to say and be like, they're this and that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so the next bit I also want to talk about as well, there was a guy, some weird guy on TikTok. He was talking about something about why you shouldn't go black unis. Something like
Windsor.
that. Yeah, Windsor.
Yeah.
He did a video basically why you shouldn't go to black uni, stuff like that, not knowing that he's black himself. I don't know where he didn't clock. Maybe he needs to clock in. But how did you feel about that? Because what kind of confused me, I didn't watch the full video because I don't really interact with stuff like that. But when I just saw the screen of it, I was thinking, and I think he came on after to talk about it, and I think he was crying, whatever. But my whole thing is the fact that, where did this all come from?
He actually woke up one day, I swear, everyone thinks I'm lying. He woke up one day and just made that video and spoke about me. Yeah.
He basically kind of made like, it was basically like you as the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And basically, you know how you green screen and basically said why you shouldn't go to black unis.
Yeah. He said that he basically said if you look like me, you shouldn't get to a black uni.
How did that make you feel within the moment after you saw that TikTok? Because I bet you was probably minding your business as well, right?
At first, I kid you not, I literally slept and woke. Well, I slept because I refused to believe this was real. I said, okay, it's one thing to be dragged by people I know, cool. It's another thing to be insulted by people I don't know.
Yeah,
but then it's another thing to be insulted by someone that is actively trying to be a content creator as well. So I just felt like you were bashing my work. Bashing me as a person.
Yeah, and that's one thing I've never understood. Yeah, you're trying to be a content creator, like, but you see, because they like doing this whole green screening over people's video on TikTok. I'm on TikTok about that. One thing I don't really respect is the fact that you don't class yourself as content creators, but you're literally green screening of somebody just acting innocent and normal. And you're coming to drag about them. Oh, God. You know how people just do some of them crazy reaction videos sometimes? Like, it's just no need. But okay, cool. So, with the interview that you did with Tamelo, there was a clip that went viral. And it was basically when she was basically explaining the situation that happened. Something about you went to kiss a guy and she claimed that he threw up. And obviously, everyone on TikTok kind of misunderstood and was like, oh, she was bad for that. She knew what she was saying. What did you think of that?
I genuinely feel like it was a mistake. I'm so sorry. I felt like it was a mistake, and I feel like one thing about TikTok that people will sometimes allow it to do, which I've even been in a situation like this year recently. People will allow TikTok to infiltrate their minds and let it change their views and be like, oh, because TikTok said she's bad vibes, that means she's bad vibes. I won't lie to you. The way I got treated and the way that Tamela got treated in that interview, two different interviews.
Exactly.
I will completely agree. Like the way she got treated, they violated her, but the way I got treated, completely two different.
Yeah.
I I could have easily allowed TikTok to tell me, oh yeah, she meant it on purpose. Even if she did, the way it looked like to me, I thought it was by accident.
Yeah, absolutely.
I genuinely felt like it was by accident. But like I've said before, I've been in a situation where people will allow TikTok to infiltrate their minds and make it seem like something has happened. Recently, I was in an issue where the issue I was in about how someone threw an asshole at me at a day party. Someone then decided to troll someone else's TikTok page and say, oh, Antonio said it was you that did it. Antonio said it was you. That person then decided to go drag me on TikTok live and then say, oh yeah, this girl's the
they like to cause confusion.
They decided to drag me and